welcome to AirPlay. Today's play is Authenticity by Shirley King, one of our favorite on-air playwrights. The role of Beth will be read by one of our favorite on-air actors, Christy Donahue. Let me tell you a little bit about Shirley, though, although you probably know if you've been listening. Shirley King's plays have been performed all over US, Korea, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Scotland. In 2015, 18 of her plays and monologues were selected for productions and readings. 4 were published. 15 of her plays and monologues have been selected this year alone. Shirley is a member of the Dramatists Guild and the International Center for Women Playwrights. And she's quite an insightful gal. I think you'll find out soon. And thank you, Christy Donahue, for reading the role of Beth. Without further ado, we give you Authenticity.
Look, I ought to be me. Sure, I could play Mrs. Levitt in Sweeney Todd, but no phony British accent. I'm from Brooklyn, and no meat pies, ever. You poison a meat pie? Easy peasy. Try poisoning a Nathan's hot dog. You talk about a challenge. I mean, that's what theater's all about, right? But when I clue the director in, he says, "Don't call me, I'll call you." Meaning, not till the world ends and the Dodgers come home. But hey, you gotta stand your ground. And then there's the glass menagerie. So Laura's got a little problem with relationships and her health. Nobody's perfect. Instead of hanging out with a crystal unicorn, what if she goes to Resources for the Disabled, gets some training, and starts a new life? She could even play comedy clubs and riff off on her limp. You know, like, hey, you don't want to know how I got this, yada, yada, yada. Not funny. Okay, I get that. But it worked for Sammy Davis Jr. when he lost an eye, so who knows? Who's Sammy Davis Jr.? Way before your time. Mine too, actually, but what can I tell you? My grandma was a big fan. My point? Laura doesn't need to be a victim. But, can you believe this? The director won't agree. He wants Laura to be totally fragile. What? Back in the day, how come women characters always had to be rescued? Reality check. These days, women not only vote, they even run for president. Remember Waiting for Godot? Guys hanging out trying to get up the courage to off themselves while whining on and on about it. Come on. And how about women not sitting around and mumbling about doing themselves in, okay? Instead, they form strong relationships and then go dancing, yes, with each other. See, all I ask for is authenticity. If Atlanta burned, Scarlett wouldn't say, "I'll think about that tomorrow." Today, she'd jump into her jeans and grab a hose. Do I even need to mention Pygmalion? Where Eliza learns to put on airs and still ends up having to bring Higgins his slippers? But what kind of relationship is that? Sure, I auditioned for Eliza, but then I had a thought, like, what if Eliza tells Higgins her accent's just fine, the rain in Spain doesn't always stay mainly on the plane, and furthermore, he can get his own damn slippers? Well, the director said he couldn't change Shaw's work. Oh, why not? Shakespeare gets redone all the time, lines cut, characters updated, and get this, sometimes women play Hamlet. So here's my plan. What if Hamlet and Ophelia do couples counseling and hook up for life while mean and evil Claudius still gets iced drinking poison? See? A happy ending. For everyone but Claudius. Sure. The theater is sacred, but that doesn't mean static. Starts with folks hanging out, telling stories. Then someone gets an idea. What if we tell our stories to everyone? What if they learn from those stories? And what if they bring us closer? So we don't need car chases and bombs going off. We need truth, sadness, love, and humor. That's where theater rules. So my playwright friend Casey gets an idea. She slaves away, or maybe not. Maybe she gets it down fast. But what if her computer dies? First, pray, then check the hard drive. See, I'm really good at tech stuff. And if all else fails, start over. Rewrite. Well, she did, and guess what? The new version is even better. Casey sends it out. No luck. She keeps sending it out. Does it ever get staged? Well, maybe. But what matters is this. She's got something to say and something to do. She loves theater, and she never gives up. This holds true for many of us, including actors from Brooklyn who can totally relate. Just the other day, I got offered a super tech job in Silicon Valley. Yes, I am talking real money. Did I take it? What, and leave show business? No way.
The end.